Introduce the chefs. So Bobby Punla and Dela, why don't you come out and let's...
Food is from your home.
It's like umami on steroids.
Filipino flavors are intense. You know, it's a punch in the mouth. It's a journey.
I just realized that, why don't I make this food? You know, it's the one that resonates to me the most. It's the one that I have infinite memories of.
I realized, where does Filipino fit in this conversation? Where do I fit in this conversation? Do you even know what a Filipino represents or what we're about?
You have no money, you're people of color, trying to do Filipino food?
My mom was like, you can't do that. I was like, watch me.
Everyone told me I couldn't do it. From the beginning.
We quit our jobs to work 3 days a week, to make money 3 days a week.
But then for us to be able to fill each night out, that was a success.
Now it's beyond opening a restaurant. It's how do we sustain? Everyone wants and craves success, but once you get success, what do you do next? How do you pay it forward? How do you make it last forever?
I think the timing is ideal. There's a lot of publicity proclaiming this is the next big thing.
I think the impact of Filipino food becoming popular is just almost justifying our culture. In order for us to be accepted and not be considered third world minority, our food has to speak volumes.
Gorgeous. Okay, now are you ready? I think we have to just clap so loudly to welcome them onto the stage. So chefs Bobby and Jan, come on out! Finally! We've been waiting for you! Hello, gentlemen. How are you? On our fourth attempt to have you join us.
I love it.
We are so happy to have you here today. And as we start cooking, I can't wait to help share their story with you because they are both incredible chefs who have found a way to come back to the Bay Area, do what they love, and bring Filipino food to life for us here in the East Bay. So thank you. And welcome.
Thanks for having us.
What are you making?
Today we're going to do a super traditional Filipino bar snack, I guess you could call it.
Okay.
It's sisig. Traditionally cooked with a pig's head. So
as we see here, just hanging out, waiting.
we're gonna do a little demo of how to break down a pig's head.
Wow.
How we braised it and just turn it into a little porky, eggy hash.
Porky, eggy goodness. Yeah, pretty
Super
incredible.
Yeah.
All right, well, who's going to kick us off with that?
Well, I guess I'll start it.
Okay, great. Jan, show us.
Well, for me, and I can speak on behalf of my partner Bobby, I think sisig. I mean, we can have a playlist, if you will, of Filipino food. But if you want the playlist essentials only, I think this would
be one of them.
On top of that.
And I feel like one of the things that people have heard about, like lumpia, I was saying, is the first thing people think of here. But are you really trying to share the basics with people, or is this just a favorite dish for you?
I mean,
it's actually my favorite dish.
It is?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it's actually my favorite Filipino dish. Just the combination of just the sour, the salty, and the fattiness of the pork and the egg. You can have it any time of the day: breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner.
Which I love about the food you're making. It does feel like, if you haven't heard too, that they've had a pop-up space in a bar in Emeryville, which is amazing. And so it's like people think they're coming to the bar, but people have really started to come for your food. And so it seems like it's the kind of food you want to eat all day long.
Yeah.
Yes. And one of our favorite chefs, our late Anthony Bourdain, actually,
This
is one of his favorite dishes. And
this is happening.
Yeah, he said that it was for Filipino food. Hopefully, CC catches the hearts of everybody. So this is a special dish.
Oh my gosh! Well, I can't wait to see how you do it. Okay.
Cool.
We're all waiting.
Of course.
Let's see it face its fate.
Well, first of all, I'm just super excited to be here, and I'm super excited that we are being paired with Minor Wine. That's one of my favorite wineries in Napa Valley. So.
And you, before you decided to do this, worked at La Toque for
a
long time, right?
I did.
So we've got
It's
a
down
local.
the street.
Yeah, amazing.
I was there for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So this pig's head. This
Hello.
is the head.
This is the first time I feel like I need a picture while we're actually
my wife
doing
would love this. She does not know what I've been feeding her.
Yeah.
She's right here.
So first thing is we kind of just take the ears off.
Oh, here we go. I haven't done this in ages.
And if by chance that you get a I mean, how else can I say it? Like a hairy pig's head, you can just either torch it or I usually use my wife's razor.
Does she know this? Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It has a 5 o'clock shadow.
It does have a 5 o'clock
pretty funny.
shadow.
It's like, all right.
It's so funny.
So take the ears off. This we can braise separately or with the rest of the meat, but normally this will take a little bit longer.
Okay.
You want this like super tender, and then from there, once it's super tender, you can kind of just chop it into I don't know, like julienne or like thin cut, and then you can fry it.
They're so good fried.
Yeah, they're so good
Delicious
fried.
Well, and I think, when you talk about whole animal butchery, and here in the Bay Area, it's become such a part of our lives. But when you see this pig head, there's so much to capture there,
Yeah.
so much delicious everything.
So I think the easiest ways to start, you kind of do it from here up. If you're pretty much like defacing
The chin up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no flattering way to do this, I think. You just got to go for it, right?
And then the easiest way to do this, kind of just, I don't know, just when in doubt, when you're fabricating whole animal, you kind of just like find the bones and stick to that, like do your knife work closest to that,
Okay.
to the bone, and then it will eventually kind of like you'll
in.
find your way. That's how you kind of like navigate your
Around
way.
it.
Correct.
Bobby, I thought it was kind of cool because he was working at Nomad in New York. I don't know if any of you have been there, but the food's phenomenal. Great cocktail program.
Great
too.
cocktail program.
But I think it
actually.
was so interesting. You said you were making like terrine after terrine, all this fancy French food, and you realized this is one ingredient or one step away from being Filipino food.
Yeah, just like breaking down the pig's head, always confeating a pig's head and pressing it into like a terrine for like the charcuterie board at the Nomad.
Right.
I always thought that I was just making like a fancy version of Spam or a fancy meatloaf. I was just like, every time I just plop it out, I was just like, oh, that's
Right,
the Spam. That's the Spam Jello. I was like, that's the one.
It's just a really good marketing job, right?
Yeah, it is.
They're calling it a terrine instead of Spam. So
And
what?
it shows you how to like use like every part of the animal too.
It really does,
'Cause
right?
Normally people don't use the pig head at all.
No, and it's such a huge part of so many cultures.
Yeah,
but I
and
think
the poor, the guy is like, it has so much like protein on it, skin,
So much
on it, and people really don't use it that much.
no, there's so much
out
meat
here.
to capture.
There's
and
so
fat
much meat
and
in here.
Deliciousness.
Yep, and then you get the cheek, which actually is the best part of a roast pork. Like I always go straight to the
cheek.
To the cheek. Yep.
We were saying yesterday, it seems like every animal, like
Yeah.
fish cheeks. There's so
cheeks for
many,
sure.
so many
Yeah.
yummy ones. Okay, so you've done that, and you'll do
You've
the
done
other
that.
side
I
as
got
well.
one side.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. And
That's
will
a
that
lot
get
of meat.
braised?
That's a lot of meat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then from there, so that's what it's gonna look like. You got that already, and then from there, we're gonna braise it with a mixture of soy sauce.
Soy sauce, water,
yeah.
like charred onion, ginger, garlic, peppercorns, bay leaf. We just braise it for like, what would you say? Maybe like 2
2 hours,
Just
2.5
let it
hours.
until it's
two and a
falling
half to
apart.
3 hours. So at least falling apart,
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
tender. Yeah.
Right. So, can you share with us? I know very little about Filipino food, and I think I'm kind of well versed in the world, but what are those foundational ingredients that you turn to all the time?
Well, I think calamansi is one of them. It's very distinct to Filipinos. Like it's kind of like yuzu is the Japanese cuisine, and
Yeah.
calamansi is for. Which actually my mom brought some, but I left it at home.
Come on now,
Yeah.
Jan.
And a lot of spices. Garlic is very
Garlic.
Use a lot of garlic and,
Garlic.
and vinegar.
Mostly sour components.
I was just
too.
going to ask, so you're
Huge
looking to
one.
balance sour with sweet as much, or just more sour?
Well, it depends on. I think that's
Yeah.
all personal preference.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Some
all-
people
it's
like
all
it
preference.
Okay.
more acid.
Right.
Yeah.
and whatnot.
So lots of citrus.
Correct.
A lot of
Okay.
citrus. And I was also trained, mostly cooking other restaurants too. Like acid is a huge key in food.
Yeah.
That's what
Absolutely.
starts the mouth to salivate and wants you to get another bite or another taste.
It wakes you up. I feel like it kind of wakes up the
Yes.
palate and gets you going.
Yeah.
So you've all had a
Totally.
chance to try it already, right? Yeah, amazing.
So after we fabricate the head, we like what I said, we braise it, and then after we braise it, we cool it down in that liquid.
Okay.
Kind of absorb some of that flavor.
Right.
And then we take it out. We kind of like chop into small pieces, which I think Bobby will be doing.
Okay.
Or actually,
Yes.
and then we save that braising liquid and we make. I know we learned this term when we worked at ramen shop in Oakland, tare. That means sauce, because we make a
Sauce.
super concentrated sauce,
Yeah.
and then we use that for the cooking.
Wow. So you just reduce that down?
Correct.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
And then we put a lot of aromatics in it, a lot of black peppercorn, garlic, onion. I think our
Shiitake-
take we
shiitake
add some
mushroom.
orange
Oh, delicious.
orange peels in there too. I think it adds a little.
I can't
like-
wait to try this.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But-
Well, we're going to
so
fire
I
it
think
up.
Bobby will start dicing onions because that's how we started.
Okay.
Yes. Dice those some onions.
And then
yeah.
Totally.
Putting your chef skills to the test.
Yeah, totally.
So I kind of love this story about how they
real
met too. You said you just had your 1-year anniversary of
We
knowing
did,
each
yeah,
other,
we
but
did.
it's
Yeah.
like they had so much in common. So you were both back here working at ramen shop.
Yes, that's how we
And
met.
How did this all come to life? Because I know it went from saying, "Oh yeah, that would be fun," to "Okay, let's do this."
Well, one of the owners of Ramen Shop is actually Filipino, and he pushed us, and he encouraged us to push the cuisine, and
So you started doing dinners for people.
We started doing random pop-ups here and there.
Pop-ups.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we actually did one at Ramen Shop. He offered his kitchen, offered all ingredients,
Amazing.
and yeah, it's super generous and definitely supportive of this Filipino movement, if you will.
So then, how did you find the spot to move into?
Well, we did a pop-up in San Francisco, and then one of the owners just bought another bar in Oakland
Got it.
and asked us, "Hey, do you want to take over the kitchen?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
we
not?
thought about it long and hard, and we just decided we just wanted the opportunity.
Yeah.
We believe this is chefs. Like we could take any kitchen.
You could do it
and
anywhere.
just do it.
You-
Just at least do it. Build a buzz. See how people will receive Filipino food.
Right.
Our version of Filipino food.
Oh my gosh. So
Just
where
go
is
for
it?
it.
What's the name of the sports bar?
It's called Hometown Heroes.
Okay.
That's the name of the bar. It's in it's in 40th and Adeline, and like what I said, we run the kitchen. It's kind of confusing to some people, but the name of the bar is Hometown Heroes, but the kitchen is Likha. I guess I feel there's two businesses going on at the
Yeah,
same time, but
exactly.
it works for both of us.
Yeah.
I guess it's a partnership.
So people
Yeah.
know. People know now that it's for the food. They come
Yeah.
to Likha. They're not just coming
Yeah.
to the bar, which is amazing.
And yeah, it goes both ways. Like if there's like a Warriors game or any big games,
Yeah.
like, they pack it pretty
I
heavily.
can't imagine. That sounds like the perfect place for
And,
someone to
yeah,
go
and-
watch a
and-
game. Wow.
And
have
normally
this food?
we sell this sisig in a sizzle platter, which
Okay.
we'll be
Demoing in a cast
demoing
iron.
today.
Oh,
Correct.
nice.
But during game days,
Yeah.
everybody's just like standing. It's actually very dangerous for us to be walking around with a sizzle platter. So we work around it. We just make rice bowls out of it. And
Oh my gosh, that's
still as good
incredible.
though. Still as good.
Oh
so.
my gosh. So is all of this going to come together in one recipe,
Correct,
like what
yes.
you've got here? Great. And what do you think it is? Why is Filipino food finally having its moment? I know we were saying we're actually a little late to catch up in the Bay Area, but I think when you see this beautiful
Yeah.
film, you see it's happening. But why the wait?
Well, I think mainly because compared to
places with
New York,
Yeah.
or I think there's a lot more like Bay Area is more family oriented, if
Right.
you will, and we're competing with their own versions at home,
Right. Right.
and we're not trying to defeat that, but we're just trying to do it our way as well. So.
At the bar, whenever we do our pop-up, the people we're actually most intimidated with is
yes,
is our people.
We're scared.
Yeah,
we are scared.
Who did you go serve it to? And you're like, I'm so
like
afraid.
I'll tell them. All right, dude, that they're legit like Filipino family. They're like careful when you're walking through the
You're so nervous.
We're always the most nervous with Filipino families. It's kind of funny because like you're competing with tradition, I guess.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the day, we know we're doing something a little bit different.
Right.
Especially with the grandmas and the titas.
They're
we're scared of them.
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Because we're also trained as chefs.
Yes.
So, we were trained to use local sustainability.
Yeah. All of those California buzzwords too.
And we're trying to explain to like the aunties and uncles from the Philippines, like we got to use what's local, what's around like this 100-mile radius.
They're
around
a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
Exactly.
That's so great. Well, I started heating this up. I took the liberty. I don't know what you want to start cooking here first, but I'd love to see.
We'll probably pick some of the pork out.
Great. Did you want this pan?
Actually, we'll do the cast iron.
Okay, great. I've warned them that this is amazing monogram induction and heats up so quickly. We've had a great time cooking on it. How hot would you like it?
You probably don't even need the.
You want it hot?
Yeah. Yeah, you see
just the cast iron, I think. Yeah,
okay, great.
That one. We'll start picking this.
Yeah. Okay.
See if we get a
Sounds good.
bowl.
If you'd like what?
Mixing bowl.
Oh, we can get you a mixing bowl. Yes, we can just shop the displays.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that, too. That works, too. Thank you.
Thank you, Whole Foods and Cuisinart, for hooking us up with our kitchen back here. So great. I've got utensils for you, whatever you need. Okay, so that's going to get hot.
Yeah.
And what do you start with?
We're just going to pick out all the braised meat from the pig head.
Oh, yum. Amazing. And then you're going to fry it, basically,
or
get it
we're
extra
gonna
crispy.
Fry it and like sear it at the bottom of the cast iron.
Okay.
So it's gonna get nice and crispy on the bottom.
It's truly just crisp up.
With all these like aromatics inside of it.
And then you would serve it in the cast iron as well.
Yeah, it's in the cast iron too. It would be a good centerpiece for like the dinner table.
A little sizzle,
and then the very last thing you do is just crack an egg right in the middle, bring it to the table, and then you just mix it all up.
I don't know about you all, but this is breakfast to me. Like, I love this for a breakfast.
Totally.
Such a great recipe. Oh, okay. So
since we braised the pig head, all you gotta really do is
just shred it.
Pick it apart. Throw all the ingredients in the mixing bowl, and then just slide it right into the cast iron.
It's just going to come together that quickly.
Just like that.
So there's a lot of prep that goes into it, but then when you're ready to cook, I feel like it's just boom and it's done.
You're making a pork salad. A seared pork salad, essentially.
That's what you need to call it. We feel good about ourselves as we're eating this. Oh my gosh. Totally. Do any of you have any questions as we're watching them cook? Yes.
Is there any seasoning on the braised pork head before?
No. We just the seasoning. The flavor
first. I mean, we brine
we brine it.
Salt,
sugar,
any herbs, aromatics,
and then from there we braise it with a lot of aromatics, onions, like orange peels, black pepper, garlic. Depends on the size of the pig head. Usually around 2.5 to 3 hours.
Okay, until it's falling apart. Like
yes,
you just can kind of like shred it up already.
Well, we braise it whole, so until it's kind of like nice and tender.
Got it.
It's kind of like like that's what me and my partner learned from working with like classically trained French cuisine. It's like confying, braising, and stuff like that.
We're using a lot of the same techniques.
Exactly.
It's just like we talk about, French cooking here, but we learn how to braise, and you've got that great foundation for what you're doing.
Exactly.
Do either of you miss the fine dining scene?
Quite frankly, I kind of miss fine dining.
You do?
I just miss foie gras.
You just miss what?
I miss foie gras. You need foie gras. You need foie gras and black truffles.
Easy access, right?
Yeah.
Okay, your pan is smoking hot, so you tell me when you're ready, and we'll
pull it aside and we'll put it back on.
Yep, fantastic.
Then
so great. I love it. Yeah, I could see why you'd miss that access to those things, but I think that there's something so amazing about making, this is approachable, delicious food, and I think it's fun to have it in an atmosphere that's not very intimidating either. It makes people want to go and try it and not be afraid, right? So, because this is just amazing comfort food at the end of the day.
It is. Like growing up, going to college, this is what we ate.
Right.
Like you know.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Nice.
How can I help?
Oh, you know what? We still gotta chop up the pigskin.
Okay, so you're gonna put that straight in there with it as
Yeah,
well?
straight in with it.
So that's
Everything
all just gonna go into the dish at the same time?
in the dish at the same time.
Okay,
It just
all right.
sears.
Yep,
You're
and
gonna
get
move it
really
around.
crispy.
So yes.
So that'll get really crispy. Was this a new experience for anybody to try all of these parts of the pig? Yeah, and you're all okay? Incredible flavors. I think if no one had told, I've had this happen to me before where I've tried things where I swore I'd never eat them, and then someone's like, yeah, you just had brain. While I was in Morocco, I'm like, it was delicious when nobody told me. So I think that, we just get trained to eat certain things over time. And in different cultures, you eat different things.
Yes.
And so it's delicious. You're just capturing all of the best parts of the animal. Tamari, soy? What are you using?
That's tamari.
Yeah.
Tamari. Are
We
you
use
fans of
gluten-free.
tamari for gluten-free? Or
We actually try to cater to a whole like a wider range of.
That's terrific.
Yeah. So as much as we can, we keep our dishes gluten-free.
That's amazing.
We always make sure that we have vegan options. Yeah.
Where I can't believe I have not been to your restaurant yet. I live very close to there, and my children would freak out. But I'm gluten-free, and I'm always afraid I'm going to run into problems with soy in places, and I hate asking. I hate is that gluten-free?
totally.
So I'm really excited about this. Amazing. Okay. So
bit
you're
of
putting the
soy,
citrus in now.
little
You don't finish
citrus.
with it. Okay.
To
right.
make it a little bit sour.
Yeah,
That's all
right.
it is. But we
Just a
also
little.
kill it at the
Did you
very
get the
end.
lemon juice on you? It's coming your way.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's it.
Now, could you
Then-
do this ahead of time and just keep it in the fridge until you're ready to make it? Like, could I let that sit overnight? Or
Oh,
no?
you definitely can.
you
That's
can.
what actually,
Yep.
sisig, we actually marinate the meat too,
You
or I guess
do?
like season it
Right.
a second time.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like, let's see, we braise it first, then sometimes some people will grill like the ears and the skin to get smoky flavor into it, and then the third process is
Would
this
be
step,
to do that.
just to make like a big porky salad, just to throw into the cast
Porky
iron.
deliciousness.
Sweet.
Okay, all right. So now you're ready to go
need
with
oil?
this. You just
Yes.
need a hot pan.
Oh, I got butter right here.
Okay, great. I'll come over here so you guys can have the cooktop. And let me know if you need anything. But let me stay out of your way while this all comes together.
We're just waiting for the
Okay.
cast iron to get hot.
Yeah.
Super traditional to serve it this way. We normally do it on a cast iron on a little wooden plank.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, essentially, if we're gonna put the pork into the cast iron, just let it sear. Then we're gonna crack a couple eggs on it and make it like a big scramble.
That's why I was asking if you could make it ahead, because if you just had this in the fridge ready to go and you wake up, and you're just like, let's just have a little
Totally.
brunch action going on and throw my eggs on it, and you're ready to go.
Yes.
I think it's going to be hot.
Just waiting
It
for the
heats
little
up so
heat.
quickly.
It does.
Okay, great.
Still a little.
I started
the
to say,
butter.
does anybody have questions? But everybody seems happy. Yes?
They mentioned sisig powder. Is that the combination of these herbs and spices already combined?
Sometimes we do like we dry some shiitakes. We get some dried porcini mushrooms.
Oh, that's great.
And we kind of like just
shiitakes and porcinis.
turn it
Yeah.
into a powder, and we can use that as our like finishing touches to a lot of our dishes. Actually, I think it gives it some extra layer of flavor, some earthiness.
So nice.
Yeah.
So you just keep that, and that would hold for a while.
Yeah, it holds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it holds. It definitely holds.
A great foundation
And, yeah,
of flavor.
we can dry some rosemary and some orange peels. I love using orange peels. I think that lends itself very well with a lot of our dishes as well, because
Right.
it's all heavy, soy saucy, fish saucy,
Right.
and I think tasting some of that citrus in there gives it a nice like. What is that? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
What is it that wakes up?
Exactly.
You said fish sauce, and I know that's a big ingredient, but did I hear you make vegan fish sauce?
We are in the works of making vegan fish sauce.
What's in vegan fish sauce?
Well, my take on it is we're gonna ferment some daikon radish with a lot of mushrooms and some
Wow.
kombu.
Wow.
All that will kind of like ferment and be funky.
And be funky.
And,
And we won't even
I
know.
think, and because fermenting it with lots of salt, so you get the saltiness and the funkiness
Right.
without the anchovies, if you will.
That's really
And
interesting.
in one of our papas, we actually made a vegan bagoong. Bagoong is like a shrimp paste. And the same thing, we fermented
thing.
cabbage, red cabbage. Because
Wow.
shrimp paste usually is red in color. And so we fermented red cabbage, mixed in some red beans into it, carrots, garlic,
Wow.
pureed it all together, and actually looked like bagoong, and it tasted like bagoong, but
Wow.
it's totally vegan.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the stuff that we try to make to cater to, the Bay Area or
Yeah. And
or-
other
yeah.
parts. We do
Exactly.
like to take things to the next level
Exactly.
here. But I think you're trying to accommodate so many different diets, and there are ways to do it.
Yeah.
And as people's lives
Exactly.
become more vegetable focused too, like
Yeah.
what an amazing thing to be able to
that's,
take a
you know,
culture's food and
yeah.
do that.
And,
So
yeah, and me and my partner, we always go to the farmers market, try to
Nice.
to source a lot of products locally as much as we can.
that's amazing. Chef, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Just put the,
Are you happy with it?
Yeah, just brown
Okay.
butter.
Okay.
Get the butter in the cast iron so it gets brown, so it gets
Okay.
that nutty, fatty flavor.
Yum.
Threw the pork right in there.
Okay.
Let it go for like a minute. Then I mixed it up again because obviously the top is still like cold.
Yes.
It just,
Yeah.
imagine that it just came out of the fridge or something.
get
And then just get it all hot. And then now we're just going to let it reduce.
Okay.
Build that crust on the bottom. And last
Delicious.
minute we'll sprinkle more fresh red onions, scallion, and crack a couple eggs on
And
it.
crack the eggs on it.
And then-
And at this point, like what Bobby said a while ago, we usually serve this in a hot skillet.
Right.
So as we pour into a hot skillet, it reduces more, and it kind of like
Quickly.
yeah.
Yeah, and gets that
Yeah.
crispy
Yeah,
bottom.
it's kind of like a portable
and all
wok,
that, all
if
that
you will.
soy, that lemon juice, and we actually use a combination of shiitake and porcini powder.
Oh, right. I didn't even
Too.
see that you had it out
And it
here.
just reduces,
Amazing.
soaks up all that
Yeah.
flavor again.
I feel like it should be like a grand prize giveaway to come eat this out of the pan.
Totally.
Actually, I'm like, how do we quiz them? Like, who deserves it the most, or who knows the most about Filipino food? Can't you throw them a trick question and see who gets to come eat it out of the pan and enjoy it with another glass of wine?
And the fun way about braising the pig head is
Uh-huh.
that it's gonna stay moist.
There's
You're
just
you're just
so
concentrating
much
the
fat.
flavors right now
Yeah.
from all the liquid that it was
Right.
braised in.
Right.
Super good.
What are the few dishes, like what are the foundations of Filipino cooking that if you could share with people, like the couple things you want them to know?
Love.
Love. That's the best answer.
Like we like cooking. We cook as a family. Like everybody's
Right.
in the kitchen talking and telling stories and so on and so forth. And
It's very communal, it feels
Yeah,
like. And these
exactly.
dishes are communal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
But-
That's what I'm going to
yeah.
remember from this weekend. Main ingredient, love.
Totally.
Do you have a question there?
So, if you don't want to use a
Yes.
piece of head,
Yes.
Shoulder or belly. I think it's a good way if you kind of like mix them together, like 50-50.
Because you want
Yes.
the fat from the belly.
Because you want that fat from the belly. If you can get like a skin-on pork belly, I
Yeah.
think that would be good. It's a good substitute.
And even when they don't trim the
Yeah.
pork butt for you at the store, you get a
Yeah.
nicer fat.
Yeah.
it's a paste, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually the cleaner. I call it the cleaner, meatier version. Anyone
Yeah.
can do it. You could buy a pork shoulder. You could buy a skin-on pork belly.
Okay,
Cut
fair
it
enough.
cut it into thin like quarter-inch slices.
Yeah.
It's kind of
The
like a
belly
thick
and the-
slab bacon. Like
yeah,
a
thick slab bacon, thick slab shoulder steaks.
Yum.
Marinated as you would the sisig marinade,
And-
and then grill it.
And you're in business.
Grill it, chop it.
The taste, yeah.
Taste should- yeah.
Pretty
the
close.
pig head will actually give you more texture because of the ears.
Thank you. Definitely. Okay, good.
Even
All
the
right.
tongue. Will,
2 ears and then pork belly.
Correct. Yes.
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 Oh my gosh, amazing. Yeah, I did this once. I was working on a cookbook where I had to learn how to butcher a pig, and I had this in my refrigerator, and my kids were really young, and I didn't grow up with her, and they opened it and just had a heart attack. But the thing is, it was delicious. They were young enough where I could share it with them, and I made pig's ears, and they were blown
Yeah.
away. So it was fun. But this isn't a common thing to do
Yes.
around these neck of the woods, I don't think. So good to know we have options like pork butt and everything else.
And a good way to test it at the house. This is actually a perfect way to present it. It's like an entree at the house, or if
Okay.
you have a house party.
Okay.
Because when it gets close, you could just go to the dining table, set a towel down,
And there
just
you
put the
go.
cast iron right there. And
As
that's
long as
the
you don't put your hands
presentation.
on the cast iron, chef.
Oh, exactly. I don't know. I guess I'm just like used to just touching everything.
Oh my! If I see you do that, I am going to scream.
A good way to test too, to see if it's crispy on the bottom, just like, push it a little bit. And I can see it's already sticking a little bit.
You can.
So I know it's getting crispy on the
That's
bottom.
not a bad thing.
It's
You
not a
really
bad
do
thing
want
at all.
that crispiness,
Yes.
right? Okay.
And then a key for us, we've learned after doing so much sisig repetition at the restaurant, is you actually want a little bit of liquid in there. So when you crack the egg,
it's
it
like the
almost like
poaching.
emulsifies
Bring it
into
on.
it.
Bring it
Yeah.
on. I've just been drinking wine. I haven't had any of this yet.
A good trick too
I
is
have
kind of
my
like
spoon.
folding in mayonnaise. At our place, we kind of like make our own mayonnaise or aioli, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's a good way for you to coat that as well.
Oh my gosh.
Just keep adding extra layers of flavor into it. Exactly.
That's
fat.
amazing.
I love that word.
Fat is it? There are a couple of themes
My wife's a
going through
dietitian.
food.
She's gonna hate that word.
No.
But I love that word.
Good fats. There are good fats. There are great fats. That's so funny. You're all plenty healthy. So incredible. Wow, this is gorgeous. Just family style, comfort. Oh, delicious. I am gonna let's do a quiz. I have 3 other spoons here. I want to know first 3 people to share something that you learned about Filipino food while we were doing this. Anyone? Okay, love, you're a winner. We're doing right here too. Yeah, I'm calling on you. No, he said it's all about love. And family. Okay, we'll take that too.
I love
right?
it.
One more.
Well, the sisig powder is the ground shiitake and porcini.
Dang, boom.
Yeah.
Drop the mic. These 3 get to eat it out of the pan.
Also, mostly like the soy and any type of citrus. Also, with all those powders.
Actually incorrect,
good.
but yes.
That works
You're
too.
going to come try it. So, oh my gosh. So it's almost ready. Are you just looking for the whites to get cooked through?
I just want the whites to get through because I think it's the good presentation when you walk into the table and it's still sizzling.
Yeah.
And then that's when everyone mixes it all in.
Oh my gosh. Incredible. Incredible. I hope you all saved a little bit of your Pinot to try with it too when you come up here because I do
Totally.
think this is an amazing combination. The wine train's going by. They're missing everything. We're missing nothing over there. Incredible. So if we want to find your food, I hear, are you guys working every day?
For the first couple months, we did 7-hour or 12-hour, 7-day shifts.
Oh my gosh. Wives, girlfriends, we're sorry.
But now we're still cooking 7 days a week, but we get a day off every week now.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 4 to
10 o'clock daily.
4 to 10
Daily.
you're open.
And then
Oh
Saturday
my
and
gosh.
Sunday we're open from 11 to 2:30
Game-
for brunch.
For brunch.
We do silogs.
we do silogs, which is silog means like sinangag. Sinangag means garlic fries. I'm sorry, garlic rice in English, and then we pair that with fried egg, and we make our own longanisa or sausage.
Oh wow.
As well. And,
Incredible.
And we paired that with different proteins like sausage, like crispy pork belly.
Wow. I'm coming.
Please do.
I'll be there next weekend, just so you're clear. The crazy
Totally.
lady with the 2 teenage boys will be there. So,
And then there's actually a good idea right here if you
Yeah.
want to present it at a party or
I love
just
that
a little
with the
entree.
lemon on it.
Yeah, just like this, still sizzling at
Gosh.
the table. Just get a lemon or a
Yeah.
calamansi
Yeah.
or a lime if you have it.
Right over the top.
Squeeze it right on over the top.
This looks amazing.
And then while it's still sizzling, it's always traditional
You crack the yolks.
in the Philippines to just mix it.
Get it on in there. Oh, wow.
And you got that little crisp right here.
Can you tell how excited I am to eat this? I'm like, get out of my
Totally. And with that, and with all that braising liquid and some of the fat and the brown butter, the egg kind of turns itself into a sauce more than a scramble.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
Nice little crispy bits right there, nice and dark
The
brown.
finished product. I love
Just
it.
like that.
Okay, well, before we wrap here, I just want to thank all of you for spending this time with us this morning. And I encourage more than the three of you. The three of you can just come first, right? But I also want to thank our incredible sponsors of this event. So we're so lucky to have Whole Foods Market doing this with us, and Cuisinart, and Monogram, and Paula LeDuc Catering is the group that's doing all of this cooking for all of you
Yes.
all weekend, and they have been flawless. So grateful to have them here. And of course, Minor Family Winery. Thank you for keeping me and many other people very happy all weekend with your beautiful wines. So, chefs, we're so grateful to have
you
you
so
here.
much
And thank you
having
for
us.
sharing Filipino
Of
food
course.
with us. You're amazing.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
Hey,
Thank you, guys.
you're awesome. Can I?
Of course,
And
yes,
then
please.
let's give our spoons to our lucky winners. Come on up. You want to give them those, and they can have a
Okay.
taste as well.
I got
Thank
porky
you.
hands.
You guys are great. Literally, I cannot wait. Yeah, you do. I like it. You earned it. You earned it.
I love
Here
it.
you go.
Don't
sir.
be shy, right? Especially if you're pouring the wine. Right? Doesn't it?
That's a little crispy bit right there, too.